Man, ain't no lot to see. All those plans I made for myself, I got nobody else to lean on. Got so far with my head in the clouds. Now it's time to...
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Hunt. I'm Trish, and we have been talking with Sterling Hawkins. He is the CEO of Sterling Hawkins Group, a training and performance-based consulting business and just hyper-growth leader. He is also the new author of Hunting Discomfort, How to Get Breakthrough Results in Life and Business No Matter What. Sterling, welcome back to the show.
No matter what?
No matter what. We're going to dive right into that. So I've been already dog-earing certain pages here. I'm already at chapter 5. I'm like, okay, where's my highlighter? This is so fantastic. I cannot tell you. I am just, I mean, I go from, it's not even the type of book, I hope you don't mind me saying this, that you have to read end to end all at once. Like you can cherry pick your way through, like, oh my God, I need to talk about that. Let me go there. And then, you know, look at some of the tools that you put in place here to overcome, you know, some of these things that create discomfort. And like you said at the top, just how to move through discomfort and how to really get there, right? So,
right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, pivotal to the whole thing was some research I found that came out of University of Michigan, and they were studying, I feel like it's our favorite topic, which is discomfort.
Yeah.
And they were scanning people's brains and their bodies as they went through physical discomfort, emotional discomfort, mental discomfort. And what they found blew me away. It didn't matter what kind of discomfort you went through. The body and brain processed it all almost identically. So much so, believe it or not, you can take acetaminophen for emotional pain. Now, that's not like a hack. I'm not suggesting.
Are we going to see some new marketing on that?
Right. Like, don't do that. That's not a biohack with Sterling. It's not medically approved. But we can take the next step and say, the more we meet discomfort anywhere, the more we can grow our capacity to deal with it everywhere. You know, everybody knows if you want to build your biceps, you go to the gym. Well, if you want to build your, not just resiliency, but your ability to create breakout growth, you hunt discomfort. There's just no other way, and the science proves it.
And because when you hunt discomfort, you're putting yourself through what you fear or what you self-doubt to come out the other side stronger, better.
Yeah, I mean, discomfort in its broadest sense could be fear, could be embarrassment, could be shame, maybe could even be grief. But when you go through those things, you confront them from what they are, you unlock something inside of yourself, and greater potential inevitably and always arises. You know, we live in a world today that is more uncertain than ever before. You know, pandemic fallout, tech disruption, civil unrest, war in Europe, there's a long list of uncertainties. And what it brings up are fears, anger, grief about this situation. And really, those things, when we set them aside inside of ourselves, the potential, the human potential in all of us and inside of our companies is greater than whatever we face every single time.
So how do you propose, like, can you just share an example of if somebody's feeling shame? Like what would you say to someone? Like, why would somebody go hunt that down? Yeah.
Well, there's two sides of overcoming it. The first is what they would call in therapy, exposure therapy, right? Expose yourself to the situation that's causing that feeling inside of you so you can start to orient yourself to it. You know, I was saying in the earlier segment, I was afraid of public speaking, and I was. So that's exactly what I went after. I found situations to put myself in front of people so I could get acquainted with that emotion. Not reject it, not hide from it, but find it and feel it inside of myself. So that's one piece. The second piece for somebody that might be feeling shame or embarrassment or some of those other things is to look for the root of it. At the root of all discomfort, no matter what type, no matter where you encounter it, is something inside of us, a value, an ethic, a belief about one of three things: yourself, others, or the world. And the reason you're experiencing that discomfort is related to that view, that perspective, that belief not being 100% related to reality. And as you can get into what exactly that belief is by journaling, meditating, exposing yourself to it over and over again, you actually get to that root of discomfort and dismantle it from the source.
It's the whole subject is absolutely fascinating because it does go back to, like, you know, what our bodies are capable of, what our brain realizes, I guess. And you're such a great example of that. Thanks. I was reading a story about you where you're public speaking and you just felt sick. You were about to throw up, like you did, like, oh my God, I made a bad decision. But but when you actually got on stage and did your thing, it was the stepping stone to your whole new world and to coming out of, like we were talking before, you know, that down and out state of mind to now just your trajectory that you're on today.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, while living at my parents' house, I applied and was accepted to speak in Singapore, which was the first like big keynote I had ever given. And it was at a time where I've never experienced so much self-doubt and fear and just uncertainty with myself and the world. And, you know, it's a long story how I eventually talked the conference director to having me there. It's a good thing I practiced because I was absolutely terrified, Trish. Like,
I can imagine. We only
thousands of times. Yeah,
so
go ahead.
We only have another minute or so with you. I could feel like I could talk to you for hours here about this.
I'm sure.
So you're going to have to come back to the show. But let's tell the audience about the no matter what, because I think that is really the essence of what's going on here. So you want to talk about that for a minute?
It is. If the way out is through, we have to be willing to go through no matter what. That's where all the results are. And no matter what is a system you read about in the book, but more importantly, it's a movement of people from all over the world that have declared big visions, big dreams, big aspirations for themselves, for the companies, communities, and families. And they're willing to go through and confront the discomfort to achieve them.
I mean, absolutely fascinating. And you are creating this community. So if people want to join in, where is the best place, Sterling, for people to reach out to you and find more about the movement?
You can find everything about the movement at sterlinghawkins.com, all the social media there, and there's a bunch of stories from the community you can check out.
I mean, absolutely fantastic. I am so happy for you and your success, and I know that everything you went through in the past is only putting you on this platform now, so you can help others too. And you just do such a fantastic job with it. Absolutely brilliant. I love this book. Can't wait to keep diving into it. Sterling Hawkins, come back and join us sometime, please.
I'll look forward to it, Trish. Great being with you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. You've been watching Sterling Hawkins, the CEO of Sterling Hawkins Group and the author of Hunting Discomfort. Go get it on Amazon and everywhere else. You've been watching The Hunt. See you in a minute.